Oh well. I, nobody's here in the very beginning, anyways. Give them a minute. People will show up eventually. Trying to share out the thingy first.
You have a couch in your room now?
I've always had a couch here.
Oh, is that your thinking couch?
Sure, let's go with that. That's where I get to sit and I get to admire the
Oh,
collection. Oh man, fucking! I don't understand. Like my quality still looks rough. Is it rough to you guys?
Yes, it does.
Appreciate it. Wish you told me that before. I could have tried to do some shit before we went live.
it's
I mean,
weird
you
because
didn't ask for.
you're wired in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part I don't understand because
Oh
I'm wired
shit!
in
No,
too.
I'm not.
Oh,
I am wired in, but it's not connecting for some reason. What the fuck? Good call. Like I'm wired in, but it says I'm on Wi-Fi for some reason. All right. There we go. Now it's wired in, motherfucker. All right. So, well, while people get in here, let's get this going. Welcome to Collector's Hideout. Late intro, but better late than never. The podcast where we get together, talk about whatever, whenever, however, and there's usually no real topic unless we announce it otherwise. And today, there was no official topic, but there's some things going on with like New York Comic Con coming up that I wanted to see if anybody wanted to discuss. Maybe put some speculation or maybe some hopes as what to see from some of the companies that we know are usually there. I know Neck is usually there. Um, I would say Playmates, but who gives a shit about them anymore? Uh, Mattel, like, will we see anything from them? Um, but like I said, I was just wanting to spitball because I missed obviously Tuesday night. I got tied up and I was going to be late, and I didn't want to come on in the middle of a conversation and have to try and catch up and make it all repetitive. But I missed the conversation about Mattel and Turtles. Um, so curious to
are
see
you,
where that goes. Because
are you asking us to recap what?
well, no, I'm just my thoughts real quick. You know, I'm curious to see where it goes because the stuff that Psycho was talking about earlier that they did announce, there's a new for the new movie and the new cartoon or CGI thing they got going on. That they're gonna be doing product for that. Um, my biggest thing, and maybe you guys agree, with the whole Turtles thing going to Mattel, I really don't give a shit because like with most of my other collections, I think I'm kind of done with continuing unless they put out something that I need that I'm missing. Like I'm not interested in starting a new turtle collection, right? The same way like with Ghostbusters, like anybody who brings out Ghostbusters from now on, I'm not buying more Ghostbuster shit because I've got the Hasbro stuff, I've got the Mondo real Ghostbuster stuff. Like I don't need another goddamn Ghostbuster. I don't need another Power Ranger collection. Like I'm kind of done on those. And Turtles, between what I've gotten from Playmates over the years, what the fuck?
I'm just watching Psycho's face. I'm waiting for him to explode.
I thought he was frozen. So
No,
so
I
with
just don't understand because, like 5 minutes ago, I said the same thing, and you're like, "Oh, good, then you're out of the cast." Like,
well, no, you said no, you said you're
said.
well, you actually said you're done collecting most things. I'm still collecting things.
No,
A
you
lot of
just,
things.
I said most things.
So
You're
I'm collecting a lot of things.
not Ninja Turtles, not Ghostbusters, not Power Rangers. So, like, you're also done collecting most things.
No, I'm still collecting Aliens, Predator, Horror, Mythic Legions, a bunch of independent stuff. Like these fucking sharks and shit. Like I'm collecting a bunch of shit still. It's just those main lines. Like I've got no more. Like I don't need more unless they start producing characters that I don't currently have that I need. So like I don't need turtles from a new movie. I don't need turtles from a new cartoon. I'll have no interest. Um Same thing with like McFarlane. They're doing their page punchers, right? And as Tony was saying earlier, Loyal Subjects did their versions, and I've got those. I don't need the turtles again from like IDW page punchers, but the Bebop and Rocksteady McFarlane did. I picked those up because I'm missing those. They never released them through Loyal Subjects, right? So same thing with like Ghostbusters. I'm not gonna pick up the Ghostbusters again unless somebody starts doing the ghosts. I'll pick up the ghosts. So Turtles with Mattel, I'm not mad at it. It's cool. I'm not gonna down it, but it's just not. I don't see me buying really anything they put out unless they release something that fits with my current collection that's missing from my current collection.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And that's exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like I don't collect all the extra shit that you do. I collect Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, and occasionally other things like Hot Toys. But now, like, there's nothing Mattel's going to do that I think is going to surpass the NECA cartoon line. There's nothing they're going to do that, even if they were to start doing the 87 cartoon, I don't think I'd care. Same thing with the 2012 cartoon. I don't think I'd care. And as much as I like 2003 cartoon, I'll wait for NECA to start doing that one as well and pick that up. The movie Turtles, I don't think they could do anything better than those. So I think my Turtle collection is done. And I think my Power Ranger collection, for the most part, is done, other than maybe some Zords here and there if something knocks my socks off. I'd love to get the Soul of Chokugan, Megazord and Dragon Zord, but those are expensive and I'm not going to pay for them. So I can't imagine I'm collecting much else.
The only thing that I could really see Mattel doing that I'd be like, okay, I could be in on would be if they did like they've been doing with some of their He-Man stuff, where it's the original designs with updated articulation, right? But I don't know which their subline is, Origins and all the different fucking things, right? If they actually took Turtles and went for the original designs and actually did a better version than what Mattel tried to give us, in that the pimply turtles and then like the six pack that came out. That's what I mean, Playmates. Okay. Yeah, you know the one they came out with. It was the fucking dimples. That idea, the original designs, but with updated articulation, like they did for He-Man for so long. If they did something like that, they'd have my interest because it'd be the original toy designs and go that route.
But they couldn't do that, right? Because they don't own that design. Playmates does.
They're like a one-to-one of this design. I would assume not, but I don't know the in and out of what they have going on. I would assume not because like it's the Playmates design. But you could also go the route they could do something very similar like Super 7 was doing, where they're taking those ideas, those designs, and updating them enough. You know what I mean? Like they might
had to sign off on the Super 7 stuff.
Then yes. But I'm saying okay. You're looking at I'm just saying that's the only thing they could do that would get my attention that I could think of. I don't know the ins and outs of what they have agreements and what their legalities are. I'm not going to try and talk like a professional. Like I know, oh no, they can do. I don't know what they have cooking because a lot of shit happens behind the scenes. So that's the only thing that can get my attention. Anything else, I'm good. I can't see anything.
I mean, at least for me, it's a depressing time as a collector, but also a good time because
less shit to buy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like I talked to Tony about this on Tuesday. I'll get the occasional Lego, but I've really scaled back my Lego sets. I kind of get ships, and there's only specific ones I'll get. And occasionally the Nintendo things. I would have gotten that giant Pokemon Lego, but not for $700. And yeah, they have the original 3 Kanto starters. And it's part of their adult line. It's part of their Ultimate Collector's line, and it's tall as hell. And they like you can display them individually, or they have this base that they all attach to, and it becomes like this giant statue. But it's $700, and I'm not paying for that. As cool as it is, I'm not buying it. And so, other than a Lego here and there, a hot toy here and there, whatever NECA does for the 2012 Ninja Turtle figures, I can't imagine what else I would get. I mean, I guess if they keep the Mondo Real Ghostbusters line, I'll buy some of those.
I mean, it's going. They showed Lewis and all that, right? So it's going. But so for Toy Fair though, I mean, obviously Toy Fair isn't geared towards collectors, right? It's the toy industry. So it's just toys from all walks of life, all different styles and come up. But Is there anything that you guys would like kind of hope to see, Tony?
I don't have anything on my list right now. I'm I'm so busy with the Transformers world right now and some of the pre-orders and stuff that I've got out there. Like we were talking about this company Bingo Toys, how they're making, this Computron piece. So I've been kind of like balls deep in Transformers. I haven't really been paying attention
Hopefully
to too many
RC.
other things. But no, man, there's nothing really I'm out there clamoring for. Like there's some cool Robotech stuff. I know there's a couple collaborations. There's another Johnny actually sent me, there's another crossover between excuse me, Transformers and another line, right? So it was recently Transformers and Robotech, and now it's Transformers and Evangelion, which I think is gonna be really cool. It looks cool at least. So as long as they do justice by the transformation, it'll be cool. But no, not really, man. And as far as the Turtles thing, I don't know anymore. Like I love Turtles, but
I mean, you can
like
stop.
I love Turtles. I would have to, but I don't know what Playmates could put out that would spark any interest from me at all, because they're going to do Mutant Mayhem, which is whatever. I'll never touch those again. In fact, I'd get rid of what I have, but the only reason I keep them is because it is a Turtles movie and it is something I wanted to own. So I won't get rid of them. But as far as like anything else they could possibly put out, I mean, what are you going to do that hasn't been done in some way, shape, or form? I mean, there's so many companies with the freaking the rights to make Turtles right now, man. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I would, thinking about, because you said Mutant Mayhem, and thinking about it, I have them on my shelf over here, the 4 Turtles. Because I enjoyed the movie for what it was, and I got the 4 Turtles, and that's all I got. I didn't get any of the other characters. I just wanted the 4 Turtles to have that iteration of Turtles on my shelf, but they suck. Like they're trash.
They're absolutely horrific. They're worse than the freaking Loyal Subjects ones.
Yeah, if Mattel did for the new Mutant Mayhem, and they did some that actually look like better figures, I might consider that, just to have a good version of the Mutant Mayhem on my shelf,
right?
And just use it as like the representation from the first movie. But yeah, that would be it. The Loyal Subjects ones, the Turtles were horrible, but the other characters were actually pretty good.
They look great. It's the articulation, the way they hold up.
How the fuck would you know? You didn't even open them.
I told you this before. Damien had an open set.
No, say, but like, why does it matter? Like, you don't even know. No, but
no, Damien had an open set. We had open Foot Soldiers. We had an open Shredder. We had the open Turtles, of course. And Turtles, they couldn't stand on their own. And then everybody had loose joints. And the freaking
which Turtles did you have though? Because like
he had the original like cartoon brother, like these guys up here.
Okay.
And then
I don't have any of those. So the IDWs, I have them up here. It's the IDW Loyal Subject versions, right? For the IDW style. So it's like the Turtles, and then Alopex, and the chick turtle. I forgot her name.
Those ones?
I think so. Yeah, that looks like, yeah, those.
Like that kind of box? Yeah.
Yeah. Like they've been standing up there since I got them. That's been like almost a year now. They've been just chilling.
Well, we didn't open any of those. The only ones we opened, like I said, he had the brothers. Yeah, and then he had the remember the pack that came in the pizza box? Like it was I think it was Raph on the front or something like that. We opened one of those. Those like fell apart.
Damn. Because I even got it's the IDW versions too, where it's like the zombie turtles. Found them at Ross for like $25 or some shit. It was the 4-pack of zombie turtles.
Which one is the zombie ones?
It's the IDW ones. They're from the Shredder Goes to Hell comic, where they're kind of zombified. They're like,
oh yeah. They came individual boxes.
The one I got was a 4-pack. They came all 4 of them in a box.
Are they blue?
Lube? What?
I don't know. I have are they like grayish colored?
They're kind of like grayish red.
Okay, yeah. I have them all. I'm trying to think what the hell the box.
Like those two, like at least for like IDW, I thought that they're good representations, so that's why I got those. Yeah. But that's why with McFarlane, with the Page Punchers, the Bebop and Rocksteady from IDW that they did look great. They should be here in a couple of days for me. And like, I enjoyed the hell out of those comics, so I'm like, all right, I'll get those. But besides that, there's not much else I could do. especially from somebody new. I'm good. But for like Toy Fair, I'm much more interested in seeing what NECA has for their other lines. So like what they're showing for like their horror stuff. Because NECA seems to be getting a little more loose with the only doing the big movies and starting to do more of the smaller, more niche movies and characters that are
So
like kind of like fan demands. So
didn't
I'm
Tim
hoping.
share
Hmm?
a giant alien? Didn't Tim just share an alien in the group?
No, that's old.
That xenomorph? The
Yeah,
big one?
the
Oh.
Queen Alien. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
old.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that came out 10+ years ago.
Oh, it looked brand new. The picture looked like a prototype picture.
It probably was. It was probably one of the original offering pictures they put up. But they did that one. They did a red version, and then they did the brown Alien Resurrection one.
Mm.
And that's the end of my entire Alien collection. I've gotten everything from NECA. The only one I'm missing is the brown Queen Alien from Alien Resurrection.
Well,
It annoys me.
to answer your question, as far as what I would be interested in at Toy Fair would be some sort of Beast Wars announcement, and to see what Hot Toys is bringing.
I'm gonna guess that there is no Beast Wars announcement at Toy Fair.
I mean, it's the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, so if they're showing off toys, they might have something to show off.
Well, no, the only reason I guess that, and I can be completely off base, but our buddy Zach usually is like on point with all the leaks, and Transformer stuff usually gets leaked year, sometimes more in advance. And there's been he hasn't said anything about, oh, this got leaked. Like there's been nothing on the radar. There's always the only things that they only get like code names for, they don't know what it is, or they're like they'll know like sometimes, oh, it's a multi-pack type of thing, and they don't have like the details, are ones that are like store exclusives, like a special store exclusive figure. They'll be like code named.
I mean,
But everything else is usually a year plus. They already know, 'cause somebody from inside Hasbro like leaks the list.
he did
to-
say the last time he was on the podcast that there is a bunch of Beast Wars stuff coming. It just hasn't been shown off. So
But even then, that's weird because even then they'd already know the names of them by now. I'll ask Zach, see and give you an idea.
but I mean, those would be the only things I would be interested in. Hot Toys, just to see what they have coming out. And then, of course, they'll end up showing stuff that they're not actually going to make, because that's what they do. And it'll be mixed in with the stuff they are going to make.
Like Giant Krang.
Well, I mean, that's NECA, not Hot Toys. But to give you an example,
That fucking
couple-
giant Krang.
a couple of years ago, they did a 1/6 scale vehicle for the Mandalorian, the revamped Naboo starfighter, and it was super detailed. It was awesome, and everybody wanted it. And then they're like, "Yeah, no, we made that. We wanted to look good with the figure, but we don't actually intend to make it." And then twice they've done a Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming, and they've showed it off twice. And they even said more info coming soon the last time they showed it off, and they never did anything with it. They never showed it again. So
I'm just glad Tim's
I
here.
gotta look that up.
Thanks for coming, Tim.
What?
So
Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
just because Tony said it, and I see people bitch about it all the time, is the giant Krang, android body Krang from NECA. So that thing, the first time it was shown off was, I think, like 3 years ago now, maybe less. I don't remember exactly. But it was like 3 years ago, and it was shown off at, I believe, a San Diego Comic-Con in part of their diorama, and people flipped out about it. And they even said then at the show that it wasn't something that they were producing. It's not an announcement. It was something they made for the display. But if enough people showed interest, they would definitely look into pricing it out to see if it'd be feasible to actually make. And then they showed it off like a couple shows later, and then it disappeared. And people were like flipping out. I think they found out it's not within cost to do it, and they're just opting to not do it. What's up with this?
yeah, so this is the thing I was talking about. The last time they showed it off, which was like 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago now.
Yes, Tim. Thanks for keeping up.
They Sideshow put up this page because they said they were actually going to release it, and as you can see, it says Hot Toys Vulture 6-scale figure from the hit film Spider-Man Homecoming will be available for pre-order through Sideshow in the future. Jump on the RSVP list today and receive updates on this Marvel collectible in the future. And I've been on the update on the pre-order list since it was first announced.
I got the Marvel Legends version.
It's not coming.
Yeah, I saw that.
So companies do that, and it does piss me off. NECA did that with Bruce from Jaws. They showed a prototype of a 1/12th, or it's not really 1/12th, it's like 1/11th scale, 1/10th scale. There's
Okay.
a scale they play in the 7-inch one, but it was a 7-inch scale Bruce, the shark.
Yeah.
And they showed it off one year online. They showed off pictures of it. They get one of the artists holding it like by the tail, and the thing was massive, and it's gone. It just never became a thing. They never showed off any shows, nothing. And that was one thing. Like when they showed it, I was like, "That have to buy that," and it just fucking never became a thing. So
Yeah, it was a weird thing because they showed it off once, and then it wasn't very close up. Like you couldn't get a close up picture of it. They didn't talk a lot about it. Everybody's like, "Oh man, they're making one. They're making one." And it was shortly after the release of the film, right? And then a couple of years went by, and then they're like, "Oh, we're working on it." Blah blah blah. Then they showed it, like I said, 2 or 3 years ago at a show, and people could get up close to it and take pictures. It was super detailed and awesome, and everything looked great. And then nothing came of it. They never mentioned it again after that, other than Sideshow putting up that thing the day of, and they've never said another thing. So
I'm curious to see where NECA's going with these Batman Return figures. Like those came out of fucking nowhere. So I'm curious to see what that happens. What fun fact: during filming of Spider-Man versus Vulture and Homecoming, Keaton took every opportunity to say "I'm Batman" to Tom Holland. That's funny.
probably
That's
I could see that.
He's also Birdman, and that wasn't that good. So, but speaking of Batman, so I think Joe saw my thing on TikTok. Batman is only good because he's protected by so much plot armor. Like Batman's a shit character. When you really compare him to other superheroes, like he's like street level superhero.
Are we doing this tonight? Because this is a big one.
That's why I said I might be on my own on this one.
No, so I'm going to be 45. When I was like 22, 23,
Right.
my buddies and I used to sit around and get drunk and argue about this. And the argument is Batman really a superhero? And my answer is no.
No, he's not. He doesn't have superpowers. He has super money.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It depends. So it depends on how you classify superhero, right? I think if you are classifying it in the traditional sense, where it comes from Superman, right? Then the answer absolutely is no. But if you are classifying it as a lot of younger people tend to classify superheroes, they would make the argument that yes, right? And they would say it was just something unique that sets him off. And so for him, his superpower would be money. Right. And that's something that not, but again, like if you're going by the actual definition of superhero, which was created when Superman was created, right?
Yes, Tim, he's a super suit.
But if you are going by the more I guess I want to say the more like popular terminology that's more recent, people would say that his difference, the thing that's super about him that sets him apart, is the vast amount of money and technology that he has that other people don't. And the argument then with younger people is, oh, well, you know, what is Tony Stark's superpower? He's got super intelligence and he can do all this stuff. He's got no other powers than that. And he's still considered a superhero. Iron Man's a superhero.
Well, he's got a super suit.
Well, yeah, but then the argument is Batman also has a super suit.
Okay, so like before you kill each other, So,
Man, we're spitting.
uh, so the argument with Batman, we can talk about Iron Man, and that's fine. That's adorable. But the argument with Batman is he is not a superhero in traditional sense. He is a human with extraordinary ability because he does have extraordinary abilities above what would a normal person would possess, right? He's trained by a league of assassins. He continues to create his own training. So
He's a ninja.
He becomes just a strong adversary. Somebody very like you're not taking Batman down without some fight.
He's the closest to a perfect human being that's ever been put on page. Like he's got a ridiculously high IQ.
Sure.
He's got ridiculously,
Okay.
So like all that stuff is there. Yeah.
So that is no different than Tony Stark because Tony Stark is very intelligent. It's not a superpower. He's just intelligent, right? So because he's intelligent, he turns around and uses that to his ability along with his money, Batman, and turns around and creates something that helps him be extraordinary beyond human ability. Doesn't make now it makes them a hero. Sure, they're saving people and that's a hero, but they are not superheroes.
Agreed.
They are not metahumans.
So, but not metahumans. Now, I would give Tony Stark superhero just because of the suit, right? Tony Stark without the suit, he's nothing. He's just rich. He's smart. I agree. The suit is what makes him a superhero, at least superhero adjacent, right? Because the suit gives him the super strength. The suit gives him the flight. Like the suit makes him super. Whereas Batman is literally a guy in spandex, sometimes hockey pads, depending on which iteration. And then eventually he gets a super suit when he goes against a predator. And then Superman, he wears a suit in the more recent adaptations with the movie and all that. But
also had armored suits throughout the run of his comic that have had similar functionality to the Iron Man suits, right? So it's kind of like, would he then be a superhero whenever he puts one of those suits on, or
he'd be closer because then he'd have super, like saying it was like Tony Stark, superhero adjacent versus just being a hero, right?
I feel like the suits are relevant. I feel like the suits are relevant. To me, that's no different than I'm super when I get in my car because it's got guns on it.
I mean, kind of Punisher, but no. So, but see, the difference with what John's saying and Batman versus Tony Stark in my mind is that Tony Stark and as Iron Man, he's always in that's his suit. Where Batman has his suit, then he's had different setups for whatever the problem is, right? And you can argue that Tony Stark has a bunch of different suits as well, but the suit is what his gimmick is. Like that's his thing. Batman isn't like being in a super suit isn't a Batman thing. That is a Iron Man thing. It's in the goddamn name Iron Man, right? Like that's that. That's what I think the difference is there.
So then is Batman Beyond a superhero?
I can't answer because I'm not familiar I'm not familiar with Batman Beyond, so I can't go against either one of those.
Terry McGinnis' suit is super strength, super hearing, super sight, flight capabilities, like everything everything Iron Man suit does, Terry McGinnis' Batman suit does, except better.
So that's fine. So then, yeah, he'd be the same aspect then as Iron Man in my mind, as superhero adjacent, right? Because he's got those abilities only when he's in that suit, but that suit's his normal attire. So so he'd be superhero adjacent.
Okay, so what about Homeboy? He puts on the damn
Luke Cage.
What the hell is it? The guy, he becomes Captain America. The black guy. He's got the
Falcon?
What is it?
Yeah.
Falcon. Yeah.
Captain Falcon.
Right. So
Clarence.
He's just a dude in an outfit, right? He's
actually
on an outfit.
Him specifically, yes.
But he doesn't have super serum or anything. And then same thing with Hawkeye. Same thing with Man of Steel. When he puts on the suit, you know what I'm talking about?
Now Hawkeye. Hold on.
You know who I'm talking about?
Who?
I don't know who Man of Steel that you're talking about.
Yeah, the all iron suit. John
Steel?
Oh my God.
Man of
Shaq?
Steel is Superman. Like
The comic book is called Man of Steel and it's written in metal.
Yes, but his name is Steel.
Oh God, on a cracker.
The
Go
Man
ahead.
of Steel is
He's
Superman.
got like the S is like riveted on his chest. Like,
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But,
Shaquille
like-
O'Neal. Yes. Understood.
but Hawkeye, that's an interesting one, right? Because he doesn't have super strength and super speed, but he does, at least from what I've seen, and like I don't dive into Hawkeye story, but he seems to have like super accuracy. Correct?
I mean, there's no powers. It's just training.
But
It's
so
just-
does
okay,
the
that's
Green
just his
Arrow.
ability.
It's
Okay,
the same
that's fine.
shit.
Huh?
The Green Arrow's the same thing. It's the same thing when he doesn't have extraordinary power.
I'm not familiar with Green Arrow, so I don't know. Does he? I don't know.
He does not.
All right, so they're the same guys. So they're 1-1. They cancel each other out. Like,
No, and again, I'm not disagreeing. Like, I agree that Batman is not a superhero. What I'm saying is the reason there's even an argument is because the modern interpretation of superhero is not as rigid as the original interpretation. The original designation superhero was created because you had Superman, right? Superman was really the first superhero, all these powers and everything else. Heroes before Superman were more like swashbuckler adventurers, and they were, pirate adjacent and all these other things. They were not super. There was nothing that was above for them. And when Superman debuted, it changed the game because he had all these powers, and then as time went on, the powers evolved. But in modern times, people designate anybody that can go above and beyond a regular person as being a superhero. The terminology has obtained, or rather attained, a different definition than it had originally. Words evolve, right? And so by
Okay.
modern
we're getting
standards,
a little too technical.
Batman is considered a superhero because there are elements of him that elevate him above regular heroes.
Okay, but he's still
that's why
street
there's an
level.
argument.
He's still a street level hero, right? You want to call him a superhero? That's fine. He's still a street level superhero, same as say a Daredevil, right? In all reality,
Slightly below Daredevil, but yes.
you think he's below Daredevil? Well, because what? Because Daredevil has the super
The
abilities.
sonar, right? Like the hearing and everything else. So,
But like I put
is-
him like because like Daredevil, until like they do some weird arc, all his villains are generally street level thugs.
Well, hold on,
No,
with Daredevil.
Kingpin's got super strength and everything.
Okay, hold on. Back up with Daredevil. So Daredevil's whole sonar, whatever kind of bullshit or whatever.
Made Ninja Turtles, yes.
Really?
It did.
Okay,
I mean, it did. It's true.
hold on. So God, I hate you sometimes. So Daredevil's whole thing, I don't think it's meant that he's got super like whatever sonar. I just think there's no other way to show you his ability to be able to see and hear and do things. I think they're just finding a way to show you that he might be blind. However, his other senses are heightened, as most people who are blind, their senses, your other senses do tend to heighten. Like
But
if you're
the thing
blind,
is-
your hearing gets better. If you're deaf, your eyesight becomes, better as you're
I
able
mean,
to
we
read
all
people's
know,
lips
like,
more.
we all know like Stevie Wonder could fly a plane, right? But what? He does.
Just continue, please. For love
Okay,
of
Stevie Wonder. We know Stevie Wonder can fly a plane. Now, whether or
I
not he's
didn't know he
blind,
could fly
that's
a plane.
yeah, he flies planes
He
and he
also-
mixes
once.
buildings.
He's
Maybe
also not
once.
blind anymore, but yes.
Stevie Wonder's not blind anymore.
No, he had a machine hooked into his brain that allows him to see.
All right, he was flying
Are you
planes
guys
in the
fucking
90s.
with me right now?
Hold on.
Here's how it
First of all-
starts. Chris goes, Stevie Wonder can fly a plane. I'm like, what? And then you're like, yeah, he's got a thing in his brain now, so he can see.
All right, hold on. Stevie Wonder was flying planes in the 90s. So I would assume that's before he put a robot in his brain,
Explains all the crashes.
right? But Stevie Wonder was flying planes in the 90s. But my whole point is that I know two blind people, and at no point have they ever had like echolocation. Like Daredevil has echolocation.
Like a dolphin?
Well, kind of. But in his difference is that like he taps something and he sees the sound waves, right? Whereas echolocation, they produce it with their head and they shoot the sound wave basically.
I just think that's to show you. I just think that's a way for them to show you his heightened sense of awareness. I don't think it's because
every blind person should be able to do that.
No, Tony, because the stuff, again, directly from Marvel, the stuff that splashed in his face gave him superhuman heightened senses of hearing, touch, smell, and taste, along with a radar sense that allows him to perceive his environment in 360 degrees.
Well, then that's
human in origin.
Hold on, real quick. I want something that we've been arguing with Psycho and trying to teach him since he joined us.
Stevie Wonder, apparently.
Well, no. Have you know the whole like, hey, Psycho, do the glasses thing to show when you're right? Have you noticed that he doesn't do that? He just does this instead. He gets real close to the camera. That's when he's about to drop the bomb, and then he backs up. Like when he gets close, he's about to drop some truth on you. That's what I've realized.
Oh man.
God damn it, man.
But yeah, so like I was saying,
Stevie fucking Wonder.
Most of now, okay. So yeah,
that clip. Sorry.
So I'll make a clip of that one. Fuck everything else. So when it comes down to all right, so Daredevil, Kingpin has superpowers, and then he does like Deadshot. No, not Deadshot. What's his name? Who's his Bullseye? Right? Is his like one of his big adversaries?
Yes.
And he's got like super accuracy, unlike Hawkeye, who's just skill. Bullseye can like just throw something and hits the bullseye every time. He has like luck.
Okay, so is he like Domino? That's like his superpower?
Is that what it is? Is that accurate?
For Bullseye, I gotta look that up. I don't know much about Bullseye.
I gotta go back and watch that movie.
No, we don't.
Which movie?
The Daredevil with Ben Affleck, as bad as it was.
Don't watch those movies.
Don't do that.
Go watch the Netflix show, which is now on Disney Plus. It's significantly better. Bullseye is in it. They just did last year. They did Daredevil brand new. What was it? It was like I don't remember what it was called, but the second season of it comes out this March, and it was damn good.
So Batman's even below Daredevil. So who in the Marvel universe in crime level and what they fight would be equal to Batman?
Tony Stark.
Street thug level, no real superpowers. Because your average Batman villain doesn't have superpowers. Some of the newer stories they try to implement, make him stronger. But like original Batman really didn't. His villains were like crazy psychos and like rhymes and riddles. Like there wasn't like a superpower. So who in Marvel is that level? Punisher?
Well, Tony Stark now.
I mean, Punisher
Tony Stark's early people was the Mandarin, so
yeah, so it'd be Punisher.
Punisher is definitely a street level.
Isn't he dead?
A lot?
No, wasn't he like undead? Frank Castle, right?
No, Frank Castle was never undead. I mean,
not like a zombie. I don't mean looking like a zombie, but wasn't his thing kind of like a Crow type thing where he died and came back to avenge his wife and daughter or something?
No, yes, but not actually dead. He was never killed. They attempted to kill him, but it didn't kill him. He wasn't undead the way that the Crow is. It wasn't like Eric Draven. They attempted to kill him,
and it just didn't work.
It just didn't work. Like Eric Draven is actually dead, and he comes back as a spirit for vengeance. Frank Castle is not dead. His family is, but he's not.
Well, so it would be Punisher then. Would be essentially the equivalent to Batman.
That makes sense.
Except that Punisher actually kills people and would fucking destroy Joker, and we'd never have another problem.
Who, the Punisher?
Yeah, Punisher would fucking murder Joker.
The Punisher would murder most of Batman's villains.
Punisher damn near killed her.
Because Because have you guys seen Peacemaker?
No.
No.
Peacemaker goes on a rant to his neighbor about Batman and how Batman's a pussy, and it's Batman's fault all those people die because if he just killed the Joker, people would be alive still.
So it's true. Batman
It is
doesn't
true.
kill anyone, and he's got this whole like holier than thou. Like, that's not what we do. We don't want to be them. Well, motherfucker, you're letting all these people die.
I mean, again, it depends on iteration because there have been several iterations where Batman has actually killed people.
Not the ones who need it, like Joker.
I don't think Batman has killed people. The situations Batman has allowed that person to die.
No, Batman straight up killed people in the comics. Look at The Dark Knight Returns. He plows through a field of people in his tank, crushing them, and they are dead.
That's my situation.
They are dead.
No, I didn't read that any of that.
Yeah, like there have been instances in the comics where Batman does not have a no killing rule. Right? Like,
but why does he never kill the ones who deserve to die?
It's a great question.
Because what it sounds like is like he goes plowing through the city and he runs over innocent bystanders. So Batman's like, "Fuck you, you're an innocent bystander. Shit happens.
So,
Call the insurance company, let the government know. Maybe the city can help you." But when he catches the fucking Riddler, Joker, Penguin, who is murdering people, he's like, we're good. I'm just going to lock you up.
Well,
if I recall correctly, in The Dark Knight Returns, he does murder Joker. Like he does. He's like, I've had enough of this, and he kills Joker.
I never heard that. That's interesting. I have to read that. Because Joker has no problem killing Robins, right? Like he's like, "Fuck a Robin, I'll kill that thing." And
well,
Batman still
technically, he
doesn't
didn't
kill
kill
his
him, which I thought was
ass.
stupid.
But like,
He fucking
it's like,
beats
he
Jason
killed
Todd to
your-
death with a crowbar, and then somehow Jason Todd comes back. Like, come on, you fucking break, and then blames Batman for it.
Well, because Batman doesn't kill fucking Joker. If he just killed Joker originally, there wouldn't be a problem. Fucking Batman. Like Batman, I like Batman. I've got no real beef with Batman. I like him.
Good,
But-
because good luck to you if you do.
Yeah. So,
But when it comes to being like he's just like he's got so much plot armor to make him what he is and like how much people love him because of all the plot armor to kind of make him invincible without making him Superman.
So in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman breaks Joker's neck. And while they never specifically say that Joker is dead, like you see Batman snapping his neck in the comic on the panel, and his neck is clearly snapped and he collapses to the floor. And even though the character continues in the comic, he never speaks like any other character again after that. So all the characters in The Dark Knight Returns have white speech bubbles, including the Joker. But after Batman strangles him and snaps his neck and he crumples to the floor, every time Joker speaks after that, it's in this weird gray, this distorted gray speech bubble. And it's supposed to be the signifier that it's Joker speaking to Batman after he's dead. Like the only person that can hear it is Batman because Batman actually kills the Joker.
So
And
basically, like the video game where
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
I remember which Arkham game, but one of the Arkham
It was
games.
Arkham City where Joker dies, and it was Arkham Knight where he's in Batman's head. But it's different because the only reason that he's in Batman's head is because if you remember in Arkham City, Joker
He infects him.
with his own blood. So he injects his blood into Batman, but Batman also doesn't kill Joker in Arkham City. Joker kills Joker.
Right.
Because Batman, he tells him at the end, he's like, even after all the things you've done, I was going to save you, and you doomed yourself, right? But
So-
like I said, there have been iterations where Batman straight up kills his villains because he's had enough of it.
God, those were good games.
The first and the second game were amazing. Arkham Knight was absolute trash.
Oh, what's
I
the
had
matter
fun.
with you?
I've enjoyed all those games. I know Psycho. I know a lot of yours about the story and everything. Some of your complaints, and for me
No.
personally, I don't follow enough of that. I just enjoy the game, and I've enjoyed all those games. Just playing.
They were
My complaint about Arkham Knight wasn't narrative. My complaint about Arkham Knight was the implementation of the Batmobile was done poorly, forcing
I'll give you that.
it on people when people, if that's not their play style, why the fuck do I need to go barreling through with the goddamn Batmobile when Batman doesn't do that?
I'll give you that.
But a lot of the things that other people complain about, I liked. People complaining that the Arkham Knight character was stupid and Rocksteady lied to them. It's like, no, they created a character. They just used an established character to play that character. And people are like, well, they said it was going to be brand new for the game. It's like, well, Jason Todd, most universes is dead, right? So, like, the fact they brought him back, sorry, spoiler alert, but the fact they brought him back to be Arkham Knight, a completely brand new character, I thought was fantastic.
I guess my thing from what you just said, right? Like about the Batmobile, how they brought it on. You just said that he doesn't just go plowing through and do that type of thing. But like 5 minutes ago, you said that he just plows through people and kills them.
I said if you don't want to play like that, right? Like, because that's not the way I want to play Batman. I didn't play that in Arkham City or Arkham.
But I mean,
Arkham City.
But that's
had the choice.
But that would be like me saying, "Oh, that game sucks because they make me go in stealth mode." Like sometimes you have to that's part of the game. You have to just kind of play the way that you got to play the game.
Sure.
Stealth mode is fucking annoying. Going to like that where I have to fucking hide behind. Like, no, just be running there, Leroy Jenkins this bitch, and fucking kill all these motherfuckers. That's what I want to do, but it doesn't allow me to do that because as soon as I do it, like, oh, mission failed, you have to start over. Like,
I mean. And that wasn't the only thing that I thought made the game suck. I think that there were so many bugs in the game on release, and many of them were game breaking, right? And I wish that Xbox hadn't deleted all the old freaking game replays, because I used to have a bunch of game replays saved. And then when they moved it, they deleted them. But I had one where Batman like swoops in to take down an enemy, but he grabs him instead and like knocks him off this railing and then choke slams him all the way through the ground. I had another one where Batman was just walking and he fell through the ground and just kept falling forever. And I left the game on for like 30 minutes to see if he would ever stop, if he would just die. And he was like negative 700,000 feet below the ground. It just kept going.
Yeah, I'm sorry for you, man. I played that game like maybe a year and a half after it was released, and I didn't have any bugs.
Yeah, well, see, I played it on release, like a lot of people did. And when it came out, there were a ton of glitches in the game. Like, I missed the entire fight with Deadshot because when you had to clear the tanks, right at the end of it, I destroyed one tank, and then I went to destroy the second one, and I actually destroyed the second tank. And then all of a sudden, the computer took control of my tank, spun it around in a circle, drove it backwards through a bunch of buildings. The screen went black, and it made some like grinding noises. And then all of a sudden, the screen came back on, and Batman was leaping out of the Batmobile, and he choked Deadshot down through the ocean. And then eventually, we landed on a yacht. Like, it was stupid.
So and Batman does have superpowers.
No, he doesn't. The game was just super glitchy.
I'm sorry you had to play that version. Like I played it like a year and a half after it came out, and I had no bug issues. It was just fun not beating people's asses. It was so much fun.
I will tell you, I don't like the one with Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and what the hell is it? Jason Todd.
About the 4-player or the 3-player co-op game that they made.
I hate it. It's so bad. There's no direction in the game. Oh, it's supposed to be like
What? There was another one that came out where they had like Killer Croc was wearing like
Arkham Origins.
Okay, yeah, I enjoyed that one too.
Arkham Origins was good. The only one I haven't liked is the one like I was trying to describe just now. I want to say it's Arkham. It's called Arkham Knights, or it's called Gotham Knights, or something like that.
Gotham Knights, yes.
Yeah, I never played that.
It's not good. I wanted it to be good, really bad. I really did. And because I wanted another game like that, another Batman style game, and it's just not. It's not done well.
I love the. I will die on the hill, and just because it's my preference. But Those are my favorite Batman games I've ever played. I love those fucking games.
I had it pre-ordered, and as soon as Warner Brothers started announcing all the stupid microtransactions in the game to get gear and to do all this stuff, I'm like, nope, cancel my pre-order, and that was that.
Yeah, it's a shit game, dude. I tried. I got it for I think I got it free with like Xbox Pass or something.
Yeah,
And
it
I'm
was
like-
on Game Pass for a while.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll play it. Let's see what happens. And then I started playing it. And I'm like, God, this is terrible.
So
No, I was also really upset with what they did with Justice League, or the Kill the Justice League game, Suicide Squad. Right, to have that be one of the last portrayals of Batman from Kevin Conroy, and for them to kill Batman the way that they did was just absolutely stupid. And then it turns out that that's not actually Batman, but like they were hyping it up as like, this is his last thing, and this is how Batman ends. This is how that universe for Batman ends, and it's Batman just getting shot in the head. Like, it's stupid. And then it turns out that he was just a clone. But it's just like the game was trash.
So Batman, and it's one of those things. Whenever you talk to anybody, well, I can't say anybody, but when you talk to a lot of people and you start bringing up like Batman versus Wolverine or Batman versus these other people, everybody says, "Oh, well, if Batman had time to prepare, he'd be able to take him on." Like, I hate that fucking argument because it's such
an argument you use for Predator.
No, not really. Predator, you just throw him in the mix. If he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he blows everything up. Like,
No,
that's
but
what Predator does.
You've always said to me that if the Predator was hunting Superman, he would come prepared.
Well, no, so the difference. No, the difference is this: is that Predator. If Predator is going out hunting for something, yes, for the most part, they know what they're going for, so they come prepared for the battle, right? When you're looking at Batman, you say he goes against anybody, right? Even if it's like, oh, if he had time to prepare. So you go, oh, Batman versus Tony Stark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Batman has time to prepare. He could beat Tony Stark. If Batman has time to prepare, guess what? Tony Stark has time to prepare. And I feel like Tony Stark would also prepare himself to be able to go against anything that possibly Batman could do against his, you know what I mean? Like, it's such an asinine way. Whereas the Predator hunts you, he just comes down and takes you out. You don't know the Predator's coming. But the Batman, you're like, oh, if you're gonna put them against and you're gonna go against, like, it's weird. But everybody always does, like, oh, if he has time to prepare, but then everybody has time to prepare. Wolverine has fucking time to prepare.
Yeah.
Even though he probably fucking wouldn't because he's Wolverine, but he has the option.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing. Like, so Predator's going to hunt somebody, he's going to come prepared to kill them. But if the person knows they're going to be hunted, like, then they're going to prepare to not allow the Predator to kill them.
But they're not. So all these battles, wherever you go against anything, because I've always said that if we're doing a battle like that, right? You've always, oh, what about Predator? If Predator was just like chilling in somewhere in Canada, hunting some type of moose or whatever the fuck he's doing, and he came upon Wolverine's going to destroy the Predator. Right?
Maybe.
Did you say Canada hunting a moose?
He did.
Yeah. Well, what else is in Canada?
Maple syrup?
You can't hunt maple syrup. Like a moose.
And
where's Wolverine? He's Canadian. That's where he hangs out, is Canada.
I don't know that the Predator would lose as easily as you think he would in that fight.
No, because the Predator would sit there and he'd be like, oh, like an off chance meeting. The Predator's going to get destroyed because, first of all, the Wolverine can't die, right? Wolverine doesn't die.
But he can be dismembered. And if he's dismembered, he can't fight. Not possibly. Hulk rips him in half.
Yeah.
Throws his legs up about like
John.
Dismembered.
John, somebody who can literally pick up a falling mountain ripped Wolverine in half. I love the Predator. The Predator can't just pick up a mountain, right?
No,
the Predator doesn't have that strength. Like,
he could shoot Wolverine in half with his cannon.
In theory, we don't know if this plasma caster can do that. We don't know, right? Those are variables, but Predator also goes hand to hand.
Like a math teacher. That's what we
But-
call a variable.
Predator goes hand to hand. So Predator would look at Wolverine and be like, "Oh, you have claws. Oh, I have claws. Let's duke this out." Wolverine's gonna kill the Predator. It just is what it is. Like,
What is his do you know what his weapons are made of?
no,
Like,
it's an alien metal, right? It's a light alien metal. So it might cut through adamantium. We don't know. I haven't read the comic. They might go through it in the comic. I haven't read it yet. I have them. I haven't read it. But apparently Predator really wanted a nice shiny
you.
metal
Thank you.
skull at one point. So-
Sorry.
But like, I can admit that the Predator against most superheroes on an off chance meeting is going to lose. Now, the Predator specifically coming for that superhero is a different story because he's specifically coming for that superhero. But you just throw Batman in the mix with any other hero or most villains, Batman's sunk. But everybody's their first to say, "Oh, if he has time to prepare, fuck preparing." This is Batman walking down the street, and then somebody comes running out the fucking building, and they run into each other. Now we got to fight. Like,
This
I
is
think
that
that-
fan theory.
Yeah, it is. And I think that the issue with Batman and people saying if Batman had time to prepare is that Batman always prepares in advance. So as soon as he first hears about a hero or a villain or another character or something like that, he immediately starts making contingency plans, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like he always carries kryptonite with him every day, 24 hours a day, right? He carries it with him.
because he
He's
fucked
also-
up one time.
He's also got, files on the Flash and Wonder Woman and everything that as soon as he discovered them or found out about them, he figured out how he was going to defeat them and what he would need. And if there was something he had to have with him, he carries it with him every day. And so I think if
Yeah, we know his utility belt is essentially Mary Poppins' purse. We're
Yeah.
aware.
and so if someone just debuted in the DC universe and Batman had never heard about them before and they just met up, there's a good chance that Batman might not win. But the way that Batman has been written all these years is that there's nothing he doesn't know.
But it's
So he is ready for any contingency that happens.
but that's some of the padding, right? So even from the original show, fucking Bam Pow Kablamo fucking show, like he just happens to have shark repellent on his belt, right? Like he just like anything. If it was any other movie that you're watching, the perfect example is with Incredibles.
yeah.
Right? Or was it the second one where Jack has like apparently every superpower? Because it's just a fucking they padded it for the fucking plot. They needed something. It was lazy writing, right? Same thing with Batman. They're just like, oh, well, Batman in this episode of the show is in trouble. Oh, he just happens to have that in his handy dandy fucking utility belt. Like, who the fuck just carries shark repellent? Nobody.
Okay, you're talking about
Not even Jacques Cousteau has fucking shark repellent at the
you're
go.
talking about the 60s, man. He's running with a bomb in the movie and can't find out where to throw it. In fact, he's getting ready to throw it on the side, and there's baby ducks, and he goes, and he has to go somewhere else.
But the point is that even since then, he's always had that plot armor where it's like essentially he's like the luckiest man in the world, right? Because like he just happens to have everything that defeats everything. And that's the plot armor that they've given Batman. But in reality, he ain't shit.
But it's not supposed to be luck, right? And again,
And I know it's not supposed to be. I'm saying, but it's like he is. Like he just happens to open up his pocket, and it's like, oh look, what's in my pouch today? He just opens it up, and what he needs just happens to magically be there. Boop, there we go.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you because, like, I don't believe that Batman is a superhero, and I've had this argument myself. But what I'm saying
What's going on,
is
Jose?
it's not supposed to be luck. So, like, Batman is supposed to be one of the most intelligent people in the DC universe, right? Like, he's supposed to be almost as smart as Brainiac, who's a machine. He's also supposed to be the peak fitness of any regular human being. So the peak at everything that a human being could ever get is supposed to be Batman, right? Like, so the greatest eyesight.
Yes, Jose, that's what we're discussing. How trash Batman is.
Like, so it's not supposed to be luck. It's supposed to be that Batman has trained himself to be the most perfect human being that could possibly ever exist without
I understand that, but you're latching on to one thing I said. And when I said I know it's not luck, but that's the way it comes off as, right? Like he just opens it up and he happens to just have everything, right? I understand it's not luck. I'm not saying it is luck, but it's like he is the luckiest person. Like like I said, opens the pouch and he just happens to have everything for anything. It just put your hand in your pocket and pull out what you need. Like I said, Mary Poppins bag and a utility belt.
I like where this is going.
That's what he's got. It's ridiculous. And like I said, it's lazy writing of plot armor. Like, oh, we want to make sure that we can't really kill this guy. So what are we gonna do? Make sure that he's so smart that he's always ready for everything. So he can't be beat. In reality, he can, and he's not as good as they've fakely made him to be by trying to protect him as a thing. And as the years have gone on, he's gotten more and more popular. They've gone above and beyond to make it even more of a thing.
So Jose's thrown out here about Lex Luthor. I got you. And Batman actually works alongside him when there's a problem with stopping Superman in that animated movie where Superman loses his mind.
Yeah, that's what's it? The Injustice movie.
It's not Injustice. The hell it's called? It's good though. It happens to be in there. What?
I'm fairly certain it's Injustice, where Superman goes crazy, and Lex and Batman have to work together.
I don't know that it's Injustice. You might be right. I just don't know if it's Injustice. I don't think it is. I thought it was called something else. But in any case,
he didn't get close to the camera, so he might be wrong.
That's true. Well, not yet. No. You don't get to just agree, Jose. You're not here.
Yeah. So to Jose's point, Lex Luthor is considered the smartest as far as scientific and inventiveness, but Batman is considered the smartest in tactical, strategic, genius level IQ.
Lex Luthor ain't shit. Superman beat him in the last movie. Fuck him.
I'll get you, Hackman. Gene Hackman? No, nobody? Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Tank man, just tanking around.
According to him, it's also Injustice. So I feel like you're wrong, Tony. We've got Psycho saying it's Injustice, Jose and Tim all saying Injustice. So
listen, when Jose cleans his room and has a presentable background when we're doing the cast, then he can tell me that it's wrong.
I think you're wrong.
It's like he lives in a dorm room.
So it's just one of those things that I've always thought. Like I said, I like Batman. I much prefer Batman villains over Batman. I think that's who I like more is the villains. And that's mainly because of the Arkham games. To me, the games added much more story that I wasn't familiar with when it came to the villains, that I really got to like them a lot more. But yeah, he's just, as a character, as a superhero, really, I think he's, I don't want to say they make him almost like he's overpowered when he's really not that. Like, and I understand from DC, they want to make. What happened?
Why are you apartment shaming me?
I just want to see you pick up some clothes, man.
Like, I just think that they're.
He should hop in the podcast right now with shit everywhere just to
start videoing in the bathroom or something. It's gonna have the same effect.
He used to play video games. He used to set up a mirror while he's taking a shit. He set up the mirror so you can still see the TV and play while he's fucking taking a shit.
Jesus Christ.
So
listen, that's genius level thinking right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's just DC wants to protect their bread and butter, right? DC's bread and butter really are Superman and Batman. Like, that's their top fucking
I can go
guy.
for some bread and butter right now.
Is that not an accurate statement?
No,
I think you're right. I think Batman. So listen, man, call Batman what he is. I like the character. I think it's cool. I like the story and all that good stuff. He's not a superhero. I like the character. But I think Batman is just that. Batman is a trend character, right? It's cool to like Batman if you're not really into comic books and all that kind of stuff. You don't break things down. I think it's one of the things where it's just cool to like Batman because he's dark and he's edgy.
Well, he's also
That's all it is. His characters are dark and edgy.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Of the DC characters and other heroes, he's got the most media presence, like pop culture presence, right?
Okay. But that's it just proves my point. He's one of those characters that, like, you make him dark, you make him edgy. People want to identify with him and that he's cool and he's this and he's that or whatever. Kids like him. Whatever. It's Batman.
Deadpool turned into.
Huh?
It's kind of what Deadpool turned into.
A little bit, yeah. Like Deadpool. I don't want to be one of those people, but I'm gonna say it. I was reading Deadpool. I knew who Deadpool was before Deadpool's movie came out.
Yes. And how about the fact that Deadpool started as a fucking villain?
How hipster of you, Tony?
Well, no, I was trying not to sound hipster. That's the whole problem. But like Deadpool comes out, now everybody knows who Deadpool is. No, you know what you're watching on screen. You don't know the character at all.
No. Majority of I've known of Deadpool. I've never known Deadpool, right? Because I've always had the Marvel, the comic cards and stuff. So I've always seen Deadpool. I knew of him. I didn't know anything of his story until later in life, and then a couple years later, they did bring out the movie. So my real introduction to Deadpool is the movie, and hilarious. I love it, and it made me go back and learn more about the character, and you can see how much Deadpool has changed since he first was introduced to what he slowly became and then what he now is, right?
So if I remember correctly, or maybe I don't, maybe I'm just in my brain, it seems like it was supposed to be that way.
Mandela effect. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Was Deadpool not supposed to be almost the Slade of the Marvel world?
That's exactly what he was. That's why they named him what he named him.
Yeah, that's why I named Wade Wilson versus what's Slade's last name?
Slade Wilson.
Okay, yeah.
And when he came out, he was originally a villain.
What do you mean came out?
Of the closet.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We talked about that. No deep sighs.
I don't know. If you watch a lot of his movies, he makes a lot of comments that he might be in the closet.
So
a very open closet.
When he debuted, he had a darker color palette on his uniform as a villain, and he really did look like the Marvel equivalent of Slade in DC, right?
Slade is Deathstroke, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's just, it's kind of one of those things. I like Batman, and I like the character of Batman, but if I'm being honest, I honestly think that Terry McGinnis as Batman is way more interesting a character and way more believable because of the suit he's wearing, just like Iron Man.
So Jose said something here, and I just want to touch on it real quick. He says that DC characters as a whole are lame. And I kind of agree, but you guys can correct me if you feel I'm wrong, but I'm not, because it's my opinion.
Psycho will.
It's fine. I feel that DC has the better villains while Marvel has the better heroes.
It depends on what you're looking for, in my opinion.
And that's basically, and I'll be completely, and I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. That's basically going on the fun I've had learning about Batman's villains in all reality. I don't really know shit about any of the other real villains in DC. Mainly it's Batman's villains. I love majority of Batman's villains because the dark, crazy psychopath, it's amazing. So
but that's
that
why
shit
go ahead.
Versus Marvel villains, I'm I find most Marvel villains to be pretty fucking boring, but I love Marvel heroes.
But see, that's why most people like Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's villains are very detailed and nuanced, the same way that Batman's villains are. They're kind of like composites of one another.
I don't know what Tim doesn't agree with, but he doesn't agree.
I don't think he agrees with you saying that Marvel's villains are terrible. But no, and again, I think that's part of why Spider-Man is so popular, like Batman is, because Spider-Man has some very awesome villains who have motivations similar to what Batman is, or what Batman's villains have. You have like Kraven, who's comes from money, who's part of royalty. He also likes to hunt game and then hunts people. Right now, he tries to hunt Spider-Man. You have Doc Ock and you have Norman Osborn, and a lot of these villains in Spider-Man can be compared to the villains in Batman, which are just written very, very well. The Batman villains are written very well, but what you also have to understand, and I know that for you, you're probably going to say something because you thought the show sucked. A lot of the modern interpretations of Batman villains come from Batman the Animated Series. The only villain, in my opinion, that was written well before Batman the Animated Series was Joker. Most of the other villains were not interesting at all. They were characters.
So would that be fair to say that obviously before that, right? Joker's always been like Batman's most known villain.
Oh yeah,
most iconic.
Right.
Yeah. Cesar Romero.
And that's why he's probably the most, like as you say, fleshed out, right? Because he's just the biggest villain. While everybody else, as villains, were kind of like side characters. Like, who gives a shit about their story? Yes. They're just like, on this episode of Batman, here's Mr. Freeze, and then like, who gives a shit? He's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like, Mr. Freeze was a character in the comics and in the 66 TV show that was absolutely trash. Nobody cared about Mr. Freeze until the episode of Batman the Animated Series where they introduced him, and it was considered it's one of the greatest cartoon or comic cartoon episodes of all time because they reinvented the character, gave him a motivation that actually worked, and everything since then, Mr. Freeze is this big deal. And a lot of Batman villains got a rebirth in Batman the Animated Series, which is what made his rogues gallery so interesting, because for a long time it wasn't. You had a couple of really cool characters, again, namely the Joker, that people knew about. Penguin was always around, but he was more of a buffoon. He wasn't somebody to be concerned about at all. All of his schemes always blew up in his face.
But
the Riddler was mostly just playing jokes and tricks. He wasn't sinister. He wasn't killing people. Like, that interpretation of the Riddler came in Batman the Animated Series when he first debuted, and he's attempting to actually trap his boss in a computer game and kill him, right? So like, before that, he was just a clown.
So to just go based off of
he's wrong unless he's talking about the comics. That never happened in the show.
What
Cuban's talking about? He must be talking about the comics.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was about to ask, right? So obviously in the comics the characters were there, but I don't know how fleshed out they were before Batman Animated Series, except for a couple characters. And I would assume it's because they were more presence on the original 60s TV show. But
the comics before the show.
Yes.
Right, no, the comics were before the show. But I mean, like John's saying, like how the show brought in like a rebreath of fresh air for all these characters and gave them a second chance at being great characters.
Yeah.
Except, unless my timeline is wrong, which it can be, Penguin, because in Batman Returns, Penguin was a beast. Like, that was a very interesting... Catwoman, also Batman Returns, she had a very interesting look. That was before the animated series, wasn't it?
So they came out almost at the same time. So the design,
so they didn't have the push from the animated series that replay. It came out around the same time. Okay.
The design of Penguin was from Batman Returns in the animated series, right? So like they took they took the DeVito design, and then the network censors would not let them take the Michelle Pfeiffer design, so they had to go with a more traditional comic version.
So most of his character, but like those two specifically, obviously, Joker was in the first movie. Then you had those two in the second movie. Um, and I would assume that those two were essentially picked for whatever the story was, but at the same time, because in the original show,
Yeah.
you had Joker, and then I think those two were like more common characters of his foes, right? Were more of the two more common ones.
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
So is nobody going to throw out there that Psycho looks like the very first Batman villain, Dr. Death?
I would not know who that was. So
I wouldn't have either. But I was looking up to see what year the first comic came out, which was in 39.
a picture just
And then it
popped
said
up.
the
You're
first
like, that
villain
looks
was-
like Psycho.
The first villain was Dr. Death, and I'm like, oh, because you know who else it looks like? Dr. Death.
The
He
other
looks
doctor.
he looks like from the animated series. When I was giving Psycho shit before, remember Psycho?
Strange.
Yes,
Yeah, that guy, the Asian guy.
he looks like Hugo Strange.
Well, he was Asian in one of the movies or in one of the TV shows or something.
No, that's
Wasn't he?
Bruce Lee. Two totally different
No,
movies.
was he? Didn't the guy who played Hugo Strange in Arkham or Gotham, wasn't he Asian?
I never saw Gotham. Corinne keeps telling me to watch it.
You should watch it. At least I've never seen season 1 of Gotham, but season 2 and beyond, I really enjoyed.
I mean, so I have to disagree with some of the stuff that Jose is saying.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so like Frank Miller did a fantastic Batman run, and I agree with him when he says that. I don't agree with him when he says that the characters were very fleshed out in The Dark Knight Returns. Joker was there, but it was also an alternate timeline, right? They were all significantly older. Two-Face was there. His face was no longer distorted. It was fixed, but his mind was still fractured, right? So you had, like Chris was saying, you had Jack Nicholson in 89's Batman, right? And that kind of pushed Batman more towards the dark edge. Now, remember, The Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller came out in 1986. So 3 years before, or 3 years before the 89 film, and Tim Burton was inspired by the darkness of that comic, right? So most of the dark, edgy Batman stuff kind of sprung out of that Tim Burton imagination deal, right? It took what Frank Miller had done, kind of made it screen ready, and then when they saw that it could work, they started kind of reinterpreting. And so then they started planning a cartoon, which eventually became Batman the Animated Series. And again, they took the concept of Penguin from that to make him more menacing. And Catwoman, up until that point, was, I mean, really just a sex symbol, right? Like that's really all she was there for, was eye candy. She wasn't
like Harley Quinn now, and like every female that Batman fights now.
Harley Quinn is just, the sad part is she's actually a really good character, but she has been personified as an idiot and a sex symbol. That's all she is.
Yeah, and again, so Michelle Pfeiffer, it was a similar thing, like, but she brought life to a character that didn't really have much depth.
Shit, she brought life to my character when she played Catwoman.
Just real quick, because before it gets lost in the chat, Jose says that was Henry Wu. I think he's talking about the actor who played
on Gotham,
Hugo Strange on Gotham, and it wasn't. It was B.D. Wong, the gentleman from Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
the doctor who helped splice all the characters. The little Asian doctor there.
But it wasn't his name in Jurassic Park, Henry Wu.
That I don't know. I could not tell you. So maybe then he'd be right. I don't know what his name was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and so again, like the issue is with Catwoman, she was just kind of there as like a foil, someone that Batman was interested in physically, but the character was not fleshed out. It was not well developed, and all of that development actually happened through Batman Returns and also the animated series. Mr. Freeze, the animated series. The Riddler, the animated series, right? Like most of these things. So we've grown up in a world where Batman villains are interesting, whereas people before us grew up in a world where only a couple of Batman villains were interesting, and most of them were just clowns and buffoons.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
He just pushed about like Eartha Kitt, and I'm like, nah, man, I didn't like her. I think she was the worst Catwoman in the 60s one. Julie Newmar looked good, but Lee Merriweather was the one. She's the one that did it for me. So this is a true
Or he's
story.
like he races Catwoman by like how erect he gets from watching.
Well, you know. Listen, you ever watched the 1960s series? My brother and I used to watch it all the time.
I have it on Blu-ray, yeah.
Okay. So
Who's
yeah,
the best Catwoman just in general versus the worst Catwoman?
Michelle Pfeiffer's the best. The worst one would be Halle Berry. Absolutely.
Oh, hands down.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll accept that.
But you know, it's funny. Like I wouldn't say that. As far as Batman's, right? So you can go best to worst. I won't call him the best, but I actually really, really enjoyed the most recent Batman from The Batman.
Stop speaking.
Okay. All right. Hold up.
Before you do that, I'm actually going to be on Tony's side on this one. I enjoyed the Batman. I wanted to hate it because it's fucking Pattinson. I wanted to hate it.
Listen, I wanted to hate him too, but we got a nice dark Batman. We didn't get emo Batman except when he was Bruce Wayne. But his Bruce Wayne is trash. But his Batman was very dark, was very like when he was fighting and when he was like, you know, involved in he was fucking phenomenal, dude. He was a great Batman.
Tim is also wrong.
Oh, he took his glasses off. Shit got real.
I mean, but like,
Jose, they say the same thing about my dong, dude.
So hold on. Just like, who do you think was besides voicing Batman?
Okay, but Kevin Conroy was Batman, right? If we're saying who is the best Batman, it has to be Kevin Conroy, right?
No, it doesn't have to be Kevin Conroy. He didn't. He voiced Batman, which is fine. He voiced it, but we're obviously talking about movies. Everything we're talking about is movies.
I mean, but that wasn't what Tony said. Tony said the best Batman, and it for me, it's Kevin Conroy. Longevity alone puts him in the discussion. He played it over tons of iterations.
But we're not talking about animated at all. Like we've been talking about the movies.
And he did play Batman in live action in the Arrowverse. He was a live action Batman.
Let's be definitive about live action Batman. Let's do that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Just movies.
Just movies.
So just movies. The best Batman would have to be Michael Keaton, hands down.
Why?
Because he played the Batman role fine, and he played the Bruce Wayne role fine. Right? You can't, in my opinion, you can't separate the characters. Like the Spider-Man. It was like the Spider-Man thing we talked about Tuesday, right? Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. But so the best actual interpretation of Spider-Man altogether is Tom Holland because he's good at both, right? And it's the same thing with Michael Keaton. He played a good Bruce Wayne, an interesting Bruce Wayne, and he played a great Batman. And Robert Pattinson played a terrible Bruce Wayne. And his Batman, you can say it was because he was relatively new and everything was just starting. But in my opinion, there was nothing interesting about that Batman. The best part of that Batman was the very first scene when you see him, which I've said before on this podcast when we talked about it, was probably the greatest entrance of a film Batman ever. But everything after that didn't live up to that moment. That debut and that fight in that movie, The Batman, was fantastic. All the other times you see Batman on screen after that don't live up to that. One, he's not in a lot of fights. There's not a lot of action scenes in The Batman, right? You get that great one in the beginning, but then you see Batman investigating, right? Looking for clues.
The only time we've ever had a Detective Batman in any movie.
Yeah, which is great, except that they overused it. Right, like Chris saying last week or the week before he doesn't like movies without action. That Batman movie was over 3 hours long because they had so many scenes of all him walking slowly through houses or buildings looking for things.
What's funny is that I didn't fall asleep during that like I do Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. So
again, like I'm not saying he was the worst Batman. The worst Batman is absolutely George Clooney. But I can't say that he was the best.
Dear Christ. I forgot all about that.
Right? Like, I can't say he was the best. If I had to rank them of the live action film Batmans, it would probably be Keaton. God, it gets hard after Keaton. After Keaton,
which is wild to say, right? Because that means that of all the iterations that we've had of Batman live action movie, right? To say that there's only one good Batman, why the fuck are they still making Batman movies? Because it sells, but like
it's for popularity. People will always go see a Batman
right,
movie.
but it's like Jesus, they haven't had a good one since.
It's it's not just he's not the only good one. Keaton was the best. My issue is this is probably going to be unpopular, but second I would rank Affleck, then I would rank Bale, then I would rank
Christ on a cracker, dude.
Then I would rank Kilmer, then I would rank West, and then I would rank Clooney.
I'm gonna say it, and people could agree, and I don't give a fuck. Bale, Batman, he only lives up to being Batman because of Heath Ledger in the second movie. If Heath Ledger didn't do what he did with Joker, we would have forgotten about that fucking trilogy already.
What's wrong, Tony? What don't you agree with? You don't like Affleck number 2?
There's a list of things. First of all, one, this is an agreement. Chris is correct because Christian Bale is fucking terrible. It's just you can't. Joker.
He's fucking talking while like
Batman. That's it.
Fuck.
And he looks the part of Bruce Wayne. I'll give him that. But Keaton. Here's the problem. Keaton is Keaton, right? So Keaton has the same facial expressions and the same mannerisms in every fucking movie he's in. I don't care who you are. You can't deny it. Every fucking movie, Michael Keaton has the same facial expressions. So
do most actors.
I'm sorry?
So do most actors.
That's cute. Not in this instance. So
sure.
When he does when don't get frowny on me. Turn it upside down.
I'm just curious before you continue 1 second. Who do you think
when he wants
the greatest living American actor?
I'm not even prepared to answer that right now.
Okay,
because enough. I've seen so many movies and so many things I can't tell you. I will say that I will go with and this is a very, 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 very broad statement to make. I say Liam Neeson is on that list. He's up there. And quite frankly, for his
hold on. You know what? No, let's save this for another cast. This is a good fucking
I can't wait to tell Psycho he's wrong for once.
That's a good time for another.
I told you I like arguing with you, so just hush, just listen to what Dad has to say. So
I did say American, and you said Liam Neeson, who's Irish, so you're already wrong.
Well, I didn't hear the American part, so that's fine. Actor's fine. So back to Batman. So with Keaton, right? So you get Keaton on screen, and he was a good Batman for the time because we had no other Batman to compare to that was relevant for screen as to what they were doing, Tim Burton style. You had nobody else that had done it like that before. And so, yes, that is an iconic role for Keaton. It doesn't make it the best Batman because you like Keaton for that reason, right?
You're right, Tim.
Don't side with Tim. He doesn't even like you. So
I don't care.
So I won't say Keaton's the best. Now I won't say Patton is the best either, or whatever the hell his name is. I will say
he's a vampire. He's close to being a bat.
I'll say Keaton did a good job. I won't say he was. I won't say he's like live and die the best. I think there's a lot of people on a level playing field as far as Batman is concerned. Now, as far as the best Bruce Wayne is concerned, we could have gone a couple different ways with that. You could take some of Christian Bale because I like the arrogance in some of the ways he acts. Like I like when he's in the the house and he's talking to everybody and he's like, thank you for coming and eating my food, drinking my drinks, but please just leave. And I think that arrogance, that playboy arrogance for Bruce Wayne, we don't see very often. So I thought that was good, even though that's not the way he's portrayed in the animated series. Bruce Wayne is just that, right? Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. He's not supposed to be anything more than, I have money and look at my family and blah, blah, blah. So I think that was good for Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's fair.
Huh?
He's the best Bruce Wayne. I'll give that. Yeah, I think
I don't know.
Christian Bale.
I don't want to say he's the best, but I do think he did a really good job with it. I won't say Keaton's the guy though. I think Keaton is Keaton.
Well, see, I think he
was Mr. Bob, for fuck's sake. He makes
I think like we did with Spider-Man, right? Where we agreed that if I remember correctly, we agreed that Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker.
Yeah, I guess.
But then, like I said, Tom Holland was the best both.
Yes.
Was the one who got both characters. Because let's be honest, Batman or Spider-Man and Peter Parker, though the same person, are two different characters.
Two different personalities, yeah.
Right. As they should be.
So Bale could be, I can see Bale being a solid argument for the best Bruce Wayne. Like you said, if you want to look at that version, like the stereotype that we would think of a rich playboy philanthropist, like that's Bruce Wayne, he'd be a dick. Even though he's never been portrayed like that, like you said, in the animated series, and like he's never been portrayed as like being that type of a dick rich person. But that's what you kind of picture of a rich person. He's gonna be a dick, and that's what Christian Bale portrayed. No,
I agree.
You're right.
So he nowhere near a comic book accurate Bruce Wayne, where I feel like he was the most entertaining and realistic.
I would just like to point out what Tony gave as an example, though, like, because I don't disagree about Christian Bale being a good Bruce Wayne, but that was Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne pretending to be drunk and
that's true.
telling people to get out. It wasn't actually Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne.
Was he supposed to be drunk?
Yes, he pretended he was drunk.
Pretending to be drunk to get everybody to leave the house so that Roz didn't kill them. Right? Because he's like, let me get these people out first. And he's like, you are free to explain the situation to them. So instead, he picked up some more alcohol in his hands and he's got the glasses and he's like, excuse me. And he's tapping the glasses together. And he's like, I just want to say something. And he's pretending to be drunk and he's slurring his word. And he tells them, you sycophantic, friends, you come here, you eat my food, you drink my booze, get out. Right? So
Steven, no, I have to disagree. Ben is not the best Bruce and Batman.
No. I think
the only thing I would give Ben, I feel Ben is the best aged and pissed off Batman.
The reason I put Ben as second after Keaton was because Ben Affleck played the Batman that he was supposed to play, which is the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns, perfectly. It was the older, grizzled, veteran Bruce Wayne Batman who came out of retirement, essentially. And at that point, he's not fucking around.
That's the only Batman.
People to death.
That's the only Batman that I could see versus every other version of Batman where I'd be like, oh, that Batman would kill Joker. Like, that's the Batman that would end everything.
So,
don't get us canceled.
About?
Yes.
Don't get me. Don't get me.
I'm not going to play the audio.
That didn't help us with the videos last time.
Yeah, don't play the video. We're gonna get.
Remember those fucking videos of the cryptids that had no sound, and I got flagged on those.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So, but he pretends to be drunk. You can watch it later. He pretends to be drunk. He's slurring his words on purpose.
Because watch it now. It's your cast, not mine.
Thank you.
But the point is, like, that's why I put Ben at number 2, because he played the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Batman so well. He got both the Bruce Wayne from that iteration and also the Batman from that iteration down perfectly. And yeah, the writing was weak.
Oh, I hated that.
The whole Martha shit was stupid. But the characterization of that Bruce Wayne and that Batman was spot on. He had the aggression, he had the attitude, he had the mannerisms, like all of it was there. And you could, like you said, when you saw it, you were like, that Batman would actually kill Joker.
Yeah, that man was fucking teabag Joker.
You believe that he would just straight up murder people because he did.
Like I said, like he was definitely I mean, I haven't read the comic you're referring to, but like if the storyline, what the fuck was the storyline where the Flash goes back in time and changes shit?
Yeah, that was the Flash.
That was the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever it was. And then like Batman, instead of his parents dying, Bruce Wayne gets killed, and like his dad becomes fucking Batman, and mom becomes Joker.
Flash paradox, yeah.
Like that flex, wherever the fuck they called him. I feel like that would be that Batman, right? That fucking pissed off, I'll kill you.
The Thomas Wayne Batman, yeah.
Right. Even though I feel like Jeffrey D. Morgan would probably be the better fit for that role because he's just a great actor.
Or Morgan Freeman.
So if you ever get the chance, Chris, if you're interested in it, I do have an original printing of The Dark Knight Returns if you wanted to read it. Or they made an animated version, which is not as good, but it's there. And like it's serviceable. That way you don't have to read the comic. But again, like I get what Jose is saying, like, but I'm not going to use one section of a movie to completely throw away what the actor did throughout the rest of the movie. That wasn't Affleck's choice. That was the writer's choice. And the writing was weak because of Zack Snyder. But the portrayal of Batman and Bruce Wayne was spot on with the Frank Miller comics. Beating the shit out of people unmercifully, being aggressive, not stopping. Like he brands the guy with the freaking the Batarang. Like he heats it up and he brands the guy with it. Right? He rolls into a crowd of them in his Batmobile and shoots them all with his chain guns. Like that Batman wasn't messing around.
You talking about Zack Snyder from Twisted Sister? Nobody?
No.
Whew, all right, tough crowd. Warren, you can just log the fuck off, dude.
I will say,
thanks for watching, Warren, but yeah, you get the fuck out of here with that take.
I will say that when they announced the Pattinson Batman movie, I was totally against it. And to be honest, when James Gunn inevitably announces the next Batman, I'm going to be against that as well.
Is it going to be Patterson too, or are they changing that?
So Pattinson is going to have one more film as Batman.
That was the joke, Jose.
But James Gunn has
clean your room.
James Gunn has said that Pattinson will never be the Batman in the new DCU. That they are going to recast that character, and that Pattinson can have one or two more Batman movies that do not connect at all. And then that's it. And James Gunn's in charge of the DC films now. So he's the one overseeing it, just like Kevin Feige and Marvel. But I'm tired, to be honest, as much as I like Batman, and I'm tired of Bruce Wayne. It's time for Bruce Wayne to go away for a while, and we need to go to Terry McGinnis's Batman.
I mean, I'll give it to him. I'm just glad that they don't keep trying to tell the same.
They could have done it with
like a lot of these movies, they like to try and like do the origin to give you where Batman came from. So like,
yeah,
the whole idea with Spider-Man, how like the first we always see Uncle Ben die, right?
Yep.
Like great, thankfully with the new Spider-Man, Uncle Ben gets to live. Like he was never even a person. I'm just glad that with Batman, they don't like do every iteration. You have to like watch the story of Martha and I don't know fuck the dad's name was. Fucking or Thomas. You don't have to watch this of them dying every fucking time. Like they try and change it up. At least they understand that if you're coming to this, you already kind of know who Batman is. You don't have to fucking be drilled with that information every fucking movie.
And yes, Tim, that's what they're saying, that they're gonna call the next Batman movie that's gonna be the actual tie-in to the new DCU. It's gonna be The Brave and the Bold is gonna be the title.
I don't
but Like I said, I'm just tired of Bruce Wayne. Like, we need to move on.
So,
I don't know if I like this new DCU they're doing.
well, it's like the MCU. It sucks. So, have you guys ever watched Bat Canned?
No,
Come on, man. Pete Holmes plays Batman,
no.
and he
Oh,
fires
is that where
the
he gets
Justice
the
League.
fake deep voice and like
Yes.
where he talks about fucking Catwoman?
When he what's the Catwoman?
Fucking Catwoman?
No. So he fires like Pete Holmes does one where he's Professor X. He fires the X-Men. He does one where he's doing interviews for Street Fighter, and he's letting them know whether or not they're going to be in Street Fighter 2. So the reason I bring this up is because they do one where Batman fires the Justice League individually, right? Each character. Well, they have one where it's the Christian Bale Batman. That's who Pete Holmes is playing, and he's firing Batman. It started out as the Batman series. Don't try to correct me. And he fires the Patton or whatever Batman. You guys have never seen this.
I've seen the ones where like he gets shot and like something happens. He's with like because Storm was like Catwoman. He starts like make all these sexual jokes and shit.
Yes, it is Pete Holmes, but that's Batman. That's what Jose is talking about. So
Oh, okay,
this is not a copyright thing. This is like you're not going to get canceled for this.
it's a copyright thing.
It's not a copyright thing.
I guarantee it is.
It's not. I think you guys. I mean, I don't have to play it. I can just leave it. You guys.
I'll look it up. Like, yeah, I won't get flagged again.
Right. Gotcha.
I got PTSD. Like, but this new, that was a wild take that Tony said that the MCU sucks. That's a wild take.
I mean, it's not a wild take. I don't know Tony that well, but a lot of his opinions are wrong. So
You can't have a wrong opinion, sir.
this is
Oh, you
right. It's an
can.
opinion.
you can have a wrong opinion, actually.
Nope, you can't.
You can.
That would be your opinion, Psycho.
So
Okay,
you
if
can't
we're
have a
gonna go-
wrong
listen,
opinion
we're gonna
unless
go
there's
by
actual
opinion.
facts that prove wrong, and there's no facts on something like that. That's
If
based
we're
on
going to go
taste.
by opinions, then my opinion is you have no opinion. So it doesn't matter to begin with.
But see, the fact that he has an opinion neglects that and cancels that out because he has an opinion. So the fact is he has an opinion.
Yeah.
So,
I
but the
mean,
DCU,
you're wrong.
and I think the problem I'm having with the DCU right now is the fact that I don't know the DCU characters well enough. So when I'm watching something like you guys fucking haven't seen Peacemaker, but like they're making these characters that I know the names of the character name, but not the secret identity name. So like Green Lantern, right? Like I know Green Lantern. I don't know one of the 15 versions of Green Lantern. But like they're making like a complete dick. And I'm like, all right, this is not what I think of a Green Lantern. So like they're doing these characters in ways that, like it's almost like the DCU is trying to make DC the new boys universe where everybody's kind of an asshole for shock value, which I could be completely off base. I'm just not familiar with what they're doing or what they're basing the characters on, but it's fucking weird, man. Even though Peacemaker was fucking amazing.
That's misinterpretation of fact. That's not opinion.
That's fair.
I mean, and again, just to reiterate,
Stop talking.
an opinion can be wrong.
No. Hush.
And no, an opinion can be wrong.
There has to be fact for the opinion to be wrong.
No.
Tony's
gonna stop
opinion on the
showing up, so you guys
MCU
can
is
fucking
based
fend for
100% on
yourselves.
taste, and he can't be wrong on taste. That's his opinion on taste. He can't be wrong on that.
It's a little wrong to say that a tomato is a vegetable. It's a lot
It's a
wrong to
fruit.
say a tomato is a suspension bridge, right? Like
But tomatoes
there
are fruit.
there are absolutely gradations on opinions.
No, but it's a
some
fruit.
opinions are
So you're
in
wrong.
I said it's a little wrong to say it's a vegetable because many people believe a tomato is a vegetable, even
It's
though
still
it's
wrong because it's a
vegetable.
fruit. The fact is that
It's
it's a
shitty
fruit. So
fruit,
that's
but
where the
it's a fruit.
opinion is wrong because the fact is that it's a fruit.
Yes, I understand that, but most people don't know that, and they think it is a vegetable. It's found in the vegetable aisle. Like most people.
Why? Didn't get in a car accident?
Most people, if you ask them, they will say a tomato is a vegetable. It would be
But they're
wrong.
wrong.
It's a little wrong to say that. It's a lot wrong to say it's something else, right? And so there are gradations to opinions. Some opinions are inert. It doesn't matter, right? Like if Tony said his favorite shirt color is black, right? That's his opinion. It can't be wrong. But there are opinions that absolutely can be wrong. This blanket statement that opinions can't be wrong frustrates me because it's not true. You can have wrong opinions. It's
No.
100% true. You can have them.
I'm pretty sure my literal example was you can't have a wrong opinion unless there is a fact against that opinion, right? Because then you just had your opinions based on wrong facts, right? If the fact is, like you said, with tomato being a fruit or a vegetable, the fact is that it's a fruit. So if your opinion is that it's a vegetable, you're wrong because the fact is that it's a fruit. Your opinion is based on improper information, right? So it's not a opinion. Whereas Tony's saying MCU sucks, that is based on personal taste. That is a opinion. That there's no fact saying it sucks or it doesn't. That's opinion. Like that's just an opinion.
Again, like Jose said, he got what I meant. It's the gradations, but I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, when people say opinions can't be wrong, that's what I'm talking about.
But the one about MCU sucking is based 100% on taste. That's Tony's taste. That he's not wrong. It's taste. A tomato being a vegetable isn't based on taste. That's based on just a wrong opinion against the fact of what it is.
It devolved into a semantics debate because making ridiculous blanket statements cannot just be allowed to go. Like we're not going to do that. And if we
are you new to the show?
If we are going to do that, then I'm just going to put the blanket statement out there that all horror movies suck, right? Like if that's what we're going to devolve to, then if the MCU sucks, all horror movies suck. Like we'll just throw everything out there. All fantasy movies suck. All cartoon movies suck. Like it all sucks. All the.
So
sucks.
what you're telling me? Hold on, what you're telling me is that Lord of the Rings sucks? Because I agree with this.
If that's what we're saying, like if we're just gonna say that all MCU movies suck, then we're just gonna say that all movies suck. Period.
Well,
that's
no.
it.
Tony said the MCU sucks, not necessarily all the movies. That the MCU as a whole sucks.
I feel responsible for the situation, and I'm okay with it.
I mean, I've enjoyed the MCU, but hey, what do I know? That's my opinion.
It right there. Perfect.
What? Sounds good. Because I definitely read as colon. So, but all right. Tony, you haven't seen Superman, right?
Talking to me?
Yeah, you, Tony. It's your name, Tony.
I apologize. Go ahead.
You haven't seen the new Superman that came out last year?
No, I have a life.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I only do this because Psycho gets annoyed by it. We had this conversation. I gave him kudos because I enjoy his banter and I enjoy the challenge. But at the same time, motherfucker just wants to say people are wrong. And here he comes. Go ahead. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you go ahead because you want to. It's called Hold on. It's called active listening. I've been in management for a very long time. You seek to understand before you seek to be understood. And active listening is called alter. Ask, listen, tell, explain, repeat. And you, sir, have the active listening skills of a frog. You have something to say before anybody has a chance to finish what they're saying because you are very intelligent. I'll give you that. But you're so intelligent that you come across like a nutbag and can't slow down enough to hear what somebody else is saying without having a rebuttal that simply states, no, you're wrong, even if it's their opinion. Go ahead, Psycho, you're dying.
Yeah, so Psycho, hold on. Before Jose will agree that Psycho very much like you is if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. No matter what the fucking problem is.
I love it. But he has the listening skills of a fucking deaf frog, man. It drives me nuts.
like You can sit there and be eating food and just be like, "Yo, this pizza sucks." And if he likes, he's like, "No, you're fucking wrong. This is the greatest pizza in the goddamn
I
world."
wish the hell you'd
You're
play
wrong.
Jeopardy or something.
I mean, listen, all pizza sucks, right? Like all pizza sucks.
Woo! All right. This never happened on Drinks and Toys. I just think everybody should know that.
Right, because we're not stuck to toys. So-
Oh.
I mean, listen, what it comes down to is this. I do listen, but as a debate skill, I can listen and formulate a response at the same time. And oftentimes I know where your logic, or in this case, dislogic, is headed, and I can formulate a response to that just by listening to what you're saying in the very beginning.
Jose's agreeing with me because he knows what I said was goddamn right. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Active listening skills, brother. Active listening skills.
yeah. I
Seek
get it.
to understand before you seek to be understood.
I mean, sometimes you can't understand things when they're just rambling nonsense. Like, you're not seeking to understand.
I never
more.
ramble nonsense, sir.
That's 100% inaccurate. That is
I don't know, Steven. I
100%
feel like you're
inaccurate.
wrong on this one, Steve. I feel like you're wrong on this. It's got seeds, therefore it's a fruit. I feel like this is a thing, man. It's got...
I got seeds. Does that make me a fruit?
I mean, did
Is
you
that a
open the
question
closet
mark?
door yet? Did you? Like,
I mean,
I
no,
tried
okay.
on those underwear as an experiment. I told you
Yeah,
guys that.
sure.
Answer.
You kept them on as a pleasure, though. So. All right, let's wind this up. Let's get out of here. Let's end the show.
Sorry.
Damn it, there's something I want to talk about on another episode, but I don't think you watched it, so it would. I don't know if you'd be partaking because I feel like you don't like the show, Tony.
What is it?
Stranger Things.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't have to be on. It's okay.
Well, no, I mean it's not that you don't have to be there. I just want to, the banter is always fun.
I did bring up two things though that just giving. It's your show. You guys decide what you want to do.
Oh, thank
But
you.
I'm giving suggestions. Suggestions. Wow, the liquor's kicking in. So, really, you're not even subtle anymore. He's just like, I fucking hate. When are we done with this shit? So, the last time we were all together, and I was staring at Cuban's rickshaw of a home, we were discussing what to talk about next time, and I had suggested Frankenstein because you guys hadn't seen it yet, the new one. It's on
I
Netflix.
plan on watching that.
And I'd really like to discuss it because I'm a huge Frankenstein, I guess call it a historian, right? I love back in the very, very early 1900s, there was a still motion silent film. I've read the books, multiple books out there, and I love it. They're great. And then
I was about to tell you were wrong about your opinion.
yeah, I'm sure somebody was. And then the next thing is the RoboCop. You said we already did it. Did we talk about the new RoboCop versus the original?
Well, no, I didn't realize you were talking about the movie because we were talking about you were talking about drinks and toys. So I thought you were talking about toys. I'm like, they already did.
Oh,
RoboCop
no.
toys. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I was talking about. So I had just rewatched the new movie, and it was kind of funny because as I'm watching it, they ripped off so many very, very small things from the original RoboCop. So you guys remember the part where he goes, "I'll buy that for $1"?
Yep.
Yes.
So that was where the game show, right, is on the TV. That's from the first one, or is that from the second one?
Ooh, I want to say it's the first one.
Psycho.
I thought it was the first one as well.
Okay, but you guys know what I'm talking about? What is the one where the guy RoboCop walks in the convenience store and the guy has the gun, he just starts shooting them, and whenever you watch it on TV, he'd always say oh god, they couldn't say fuck me or fuck you, so it was like why me? The guy was shooting the shotgun at RoboCop.
I
Convenience
don't
store?
ever watch it on TV.
Is that still the
I'm gonna
first
be
one? Yeah,
completely-
right. But is it still the first one?
That should be the first one. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I am not a RoboCop fan. I did not enjoy those movies.
Really?
In all reality,
I thought
was
they were
not
good
a fan.
movies. All but the
They
third.
very
I
well
thought
could
the
be.
first and
Just
second were
I
good.
was not a fan of them.
Hey Tony, check your phone.
Why are you gonna talk shit to me?
No, I sent you something.
He sent you a fucking dick pic.
No.
Why did you send me the fucking Matrix?
Because it's a new thing that's up for pre-order. It's a real thing.
Oh,
I
for
figured
who?
since you hadn't seen it or you hadn't mentioned it on the cast, that means you probably didn't see it.
Who's doing that?
Who is doing that? Let's see. Thanks.
I can't take away, Jose, that people will say that RoboCop is a classic. I did not enjoy the movies. Like, I got aspects of it, I enjoyed parts of them, but for the most, I'm just like, miss me.
I
With
think it's a
RoboCop.
well done. I really think it's a well done movie. It's a very 80s movie.
You know what? I'll give it this. I haven't watched RoboCop in a long fucking time. I will
That's
give it a
good
second
for it.
shot.
Have you seen the newest one?
Yes, yeah.
So the newest one's not a great movie, but I do like the homage to the original. And
That's one where he's in all black, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The only reason I brought it up is because I think it'd be a good topic of discussion if you knew the original, to kind of break down where they like tried to bring it back together. But if not, that's cool. And then the other thing I had suggested, like I said, was Frankenstein. Sorry.
I want to watch Frankenstein, so I definitely plan on watching that.
What about this fucking movie, The Bride?
Yeah, I told you about that like weeks ago. I'm like, is it all connected?
It looks horrific. Christian Bale's the monster.
See, I haven't seen Frankenstein, so I guess it's not within the same realm.
No, it's Christian Bale as a monster, and this is my understanding. I could be completely wrong, but
isn't that Lady Gaga playing the Bride?
But Christian Bale plays the monster, and he's very intelligent, right? There's like doesn't talk like he's a monster, doesn't like react like he's a monster, but he's clearly the Frankenstein monster. And so he brings back to life this woman who dies or has somebody do it. And she's totally cool with it. She's like, yeah, I'm your bride now. And it's a Bonnie and Clyde type thing. And I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? It 100% reeks of the remake of The Crow. How bad that was.
I wouldn't even watch that. To answer the question, Total Recall. I mean, I like titties. Wasn't that in Total Recall? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, 3 boobs.
Yeah, 3 tits. More tits.
The guy goes, "You make me wish I had 3 hands."
No, that's another one. I haven't seen Total Recall probably since middle school. So, I mean, it was fun for what it was, but
yes, Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein was fucking amazing. World of Tanks last season. You got no. I played World of Warships, which was really fucking cool. And then I played League of Legends, which I know your ass played for a long time. And then you played WoW, but that's about it.
Yeah, no. All right, so let's get on out of here. Tony, you got anything you want to plug for next week?
Guys, just join on Tuesday. We start at we're gonna start back at 9:00 again. So get all your sleep before then. But 9:00 Tuesday night. Probably going to dive into whatever came out of Toy Fair, so we have solid information. And then maybe talk about
God damn it, Tim.
What?
No, Tim said Young Frankenstein was better.
Oh my god. Probably dive into whatever's like happens to be like hip for the time, but I don't know. We always have a good time. I don't care. Probably talk about some pickups. I got some cool shit I do want to show off. God, my hiccups. So please come back and see us on Tuesday. Drinks and toys.
You say 9, but I feel like we're going to change that by the time we get there, so we're good.
Well, we're going to do one thing, and Nook Hips.
It was nice, when we had the Collector's Hideout takeover of, drinks and toys, and there was no capes. It was a nice ending. It was peaceful.
It was.
I haven't watched that episode yet. I don't know who was the guy you had on.
Che, our buddy, little Haiti, Che, the Haitian one.
Okay.
He changes his name every time he gets in. He always wants to, Tim appreciated the addition of other people. So, it was good. It was a good time.
We could have Tim on, but I mean, he's going to have to he could be on. I'm not going to say anything else because Psycho's got that fucking stare. Like he's got gas, but he's not sure about it.
No,
Um,
I'm waiting for you to make a racist comment. That's all.
No, not at all. Not at all. Tim is
So-
just going to have to check with his PO before he gets on. That's all.
next week we were supposed to be doing a collector's watches. I don't remember what movie we agreed on a couple weeks ago. Do you guys?
We were supposed to watch something as a group, right?
I think we were supposed to watch My Cousin Vinny.
That I think Psycho's right.
That was brought up. I know we brought up that, and then we said we were going to do Groundhog Day, and I don't remember what we agreed on. So we can do.
We did
My
Groundhog
Cousin
Day
Vinny.
already, I thought.
Yes, and then
No,
after that,
we haven't done it yet. We got to do that one still.
No, we did
it.
Groundhog Day.
The whole point, you kind of replay it, like it never happens. Never mind. You did not watch the movie? It's the same day
watched
over and over. Like it never happened. Oh yeah,
yeah.
the fucking thinker. No, we can do My Cousin Vinny. The fucking Tim and guys. Do you guys want to ever entertain his Theodore Rex ever?
Not specifically because I don't want to have to pay to watch that movie.
So you know what I do want to do? Because these things go on for 2 hours, right? So we would have to pre-record it. I want to do a live reaction to us watching something. The three of us, like we play something and just watch it. And then do a live reaction. I think that'd be cool. I don't know how you do that without getting canceled, though.
Yeah, without getting flagged for copyright. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing it, but we just got to figure out how to do it where I don't get flagged on everything.
I think we have a lot of fun, but I'm good. That's all I got. Thank you.
All right, so next week we're gonna watch My Cousin Vinny. Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
We're down.
I bet the Chinese food here is terrible.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this episode.
Marissa Tomei was so hot in that movie.
I'm gonna regret this episode 100%.
Got mud in your tires? How's the Chinese food?
Yeah, because this is gonna be another one where you two are gonna be going back and forth, and I'm just gonna be like,
Good movie.
It's not a bad movie. I agree, but
It's entertainment.
the two of you, the way the last time we discussed it, the way the two of you kept quoting it, and I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be one of those types of things. And
What's
I'm
the
just gonna
picture
be
of?
like,
You know what it's of.
what the fuck? Oh,
Part of the movie.
Discord.
Sorry. I
No.
apologize.
I got notifications from the Discord.
Oh, you probably got it from Psycho, if we're being real.
Nope. I don't have Discord.
Theodore Rex, whatever. Maybe Tim, maybe probably not, man. Whoopi Goldberg has no eyebrows, and you can't tell her emotion. It's weird.
She's
I
not in
don't know.
anything. She was in Sister Act.
Ghost
And Theodore Rex.
Jumping.
Oh my
Jack
God, she was in Ghost.
Eddie. Right, like there's
Little
been-
Rascals.
Was there a movie? Maybe that was Eddie. Was there one where she played like a basketball coach?
Yep. Eddie.
What was that? That was
Eddie.
Eddie.
She was
Yeah.
in Karina, The Color Purple. Like saying she wasn't in anything. Tony, just
Dude,
stop speaking.
you motherfucker, don't start. I liked her in what do you call it? Loaded Weapon.
Little Rascals. No,
Loaded Weapon.
Yes,
Nobody.
she was in Little Rascals. Yes.
she was in Little Rascals. She plays Buckwheat's mama.
Who knew?
Yeah, he's like, oh look, there's my mom. He's like, oh whoopee, like it was the whole. Yeah, see, you get it. All right, so yeah, next week we'll do that. We'll do. I already forgot what movie it was. My Cousin Vinny.
Join Drinks and Toys on Tuesday.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to see what all the news that comes out and discuss that shit and see how much we're gonna hate collecting stuff. Can't wait. But pickups, I'm looking forward to pickups because I got some cool things I want to show off as well.
Same.
Till then, we appreciate everybody coming out, watching. Go down wherever you're watching from. Click like, subscribe, all those numbers and bullshit that everybody asks you to do. We would really appreciate that. It helps the channel. Apparently, I'm learning. Like subscribing helps us grow. And we want to be big time. We want to get 10 viewers. That'd be great. So can't wait. And till next time, guys. We'll see you Tuesday night. Be there, or Tony will fight you.
It's true.